Hello and welcome to the Perth Blue Baggers pod. My name is Louis, your host.
And I'm Marty on special comments.
Today we will be reviewing a game that was a bit different to what we've been used to this season. And then we'll also be doing a preview of our next match against... who was it now?
Dogs.
Dogs. The Western Bulldogs, yeah. Losing track because now matches don't really seem to matter. But they should, and let's get into this review. What did you make of it? It was a lot of people calling it an honourable loss. Might be the best way to put it, I guess.
Well, finally at least a performance you can take something positive from.
Yeah.
After a really disappointing performance last week. Our first half was really poor, quite poor once again.
Yeah.
We trailed by 38 points at half-time.
Shouldn't be glossed over.
And you've got to remember that because that's really material there. And in fact, to make matters worse, they kicked the first two goals of the third quarter. And we trailed by 49 points at that point. And you could have realistically thought that we were facing an 80 to 100 point loss.
Yeah.
And I think that would have ended Voss's coaching, actually.
Yeah, I think this
I think that
second half...
Saved him for another day. So, look, but the boys found something at that point, really, and the leaders started to really stand up. Two guys to single out, and they are the leaders of the club, Cripps and Walsh, just went to town. They had 12 and 11 touches in the third quarter alone, and they really started to dominate in the clinches. And the other one's a rising star, Jagger Smith.
Yeah.
Sparked that comeback with a superb bomb from 50 to get us going. We kicked the last 5 goals of that quarter.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
And it wasn't just those guys. It was a whole ton of other people that we were waiting to see more of. I mean, I think Hayward hasn't been sensational since joining the club. He had his best game for the club.
Yeah. Sure.
22 touches and 3 goals. And those 3 goals were really important goals at each time, you know. So he's another guy. Ainsworth, Hewitt, they both had big quarters. Well, I think it was 8 touches each. Mm-hmm. They really got amongst it. I think Ainsworth actually been pretty good since he came.
Been the best, most consistent recruit.
Yeah, since he came here. And look, one final guy to really give a hat tip to, because really he's had a poor season, let's face it, is Harry Mackay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what happened to Harry before the game, but he found his mojo. He hauled in the Big 10 marks, so he started clunking his marks. 22 touches for a key forward like that. Now, he played in the ruck a fair bit more, and I think that was probably part of the key to get him. You've got to get a guy like that into the game.
Yes.
And I think that really helped because it sort of got his hand on the footy, and that made a big difference. But that was his best game for the year by a mile.
Credit to the coaching panel for making that.
That was a smart move. And we just found something at that point. And suddenly, look, at three-quarter time, we had a sniff. Haven't kicked those last 5 goals. Look, and we didn't have a bad last quarter either. We kicked 5 goals to 3, so another 5 goals. We probably just left ourselves with a bit too much to do against a team of the quality of the Lions. Yeah. So it was our first half and probably the first 10 minutes of the second half that probably cost us.
Yeah.
We got as close as 10 points there. You know, I thought, is a miracle on the cards? But it wasn't to be. I think Lockie Neal kicked a bit of a sealer. But overall, a much better performance. Now, I'm not a big fan of the honourable losses. I think you play to win games of football. I actually really like what Jagger said. He said he's not a fan of honourable losses, doesn't believe in them. And we come here to win games of football. But what you do want to see and what we've not seen all season from the boys is when the tide's going against you, fighting back.
Yeah.
Finding something, leadership on the team, knuckling down. Geez, the chasing was so much better.
Yeah.
In that second half.
They didn't show the pressure gauge that much, Foxtel, but it certainly improved. And then the tackles, I think we only had maybe 15 at half time or something.
Yeah, again, a lacklustre at half time. We just found a lot of mojo in that second half again, which was really impressive. You can tell AFL's always a bit tricky on telly because you don't see the whole game. But you just stopped seeing passage after passage after passage like we did against the Saints, where there was no one even in Bulls Raw or the football. So clearly our boys were running a lot more to make space and to get back, to get numbers where the football was going to be. So I thought that was a big plus for us on the whole. Just guys working harder.
Yeah, for sure. And I think the fact that we were able to kind of run out the game probably proves that it's not a fitness issue. Like some people...
Because the Lions are a fit team, right?
Yeah.
If you're running out the game against the Lions, you can run out the game against others.
Yeah.
I was never really convinced it was a fitness thing. I think it's an attitude and a confidence, a mixture of confidence and attitude.
Yeah.
Because what we saw against the Saints was not just confidence, it was attitude. When you've got guys that are just jogging back when you turn over the football and not getting back to help out their mates, that's attitude.
Yeah, simple footy, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, shouldn't expect that from AFL level.
Yeah.
But anyway, at least we saw an improvement this week. Unfortunately, we are 1-8 now. It's very gloomy.
The problem is, I think there's a little bit of a pattern against the Dockers and the Lions, and maybe the first half against the Swans. We've shown that we can really match it with the best teams in the game.
Yeah.
The problem is actually not performing and certainly not playing 4 quarters. That's still been an issue. And secondly, not really playing well against teams we should be beating.
Yeah.
This one's an interesting one. I won't jump too far ahead, but we've got a team next week that are in the middle somewhat. They're not top of the table, not the bottom of the table. They're a very talented team.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how that goes.
Shall see. Yeah. I feel like we're always kind of one goal off from really challenging them.
It's an interesting one. Even probably 10 points down, it's going, we can't, can we? Probably, like I said, we probably left ourselves a little too much to do. But when we kicked that first goal of the last quarter and, when we got within 10 points, there's hope.
Yeah.
Some people were sort of saying, did the Lions take the foot off it? Maybe there's a little bit of that.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, they would have been worried.
They wouldn't have...
They would not... I think their coach wouldn't be very happy with that second
He
half.
got a spray in that third quarter and it still didn't really change the tide that much for them. So
yeah,
I think we were just able to kind of match them.
Yeah.
So let's get into some of the player performances. We've kind of mentioned a few already, and I have no doubt they're probably in your votes.
Yeah.
5 votes.
All right.
For you.
So 5 votes, I had Sam Walsh.
Okay.
I thought he was sensational. He was in everything. He broke a number of tackles, and he's had by far the most metres gained. So he had 13 score involvements, which is, I think next highest was 9.
Yeah.
He was really, a litmus test for the team.
Yeah.
He had a big third quarter, massive third quarter. He was in it in the last as well. We wanted leadership from Walsh, and I thought he showed it. I thought he was fantastic.
Yeah, he had 2 goal assists, 8 inside 50s, 523 metres gained, 6 scrambles, along with his 29 disposals. That's good. I gave 5 votes to Cripps. I thought he played well for the majority of the game. I think he was still reasonably up there before the third quarter. 32 disposals, 5 tackles. I think he probably had the highest amount of tackles for the team, unfortunately. 5 tackles isn't quite enough.
Not a lot for one. I think the team definitely picked up in their collective tackles in the second half. I don't know the breakdown by a quarter, but we had a lot more tackles in the second half.
Yeah, he had 18 contested possessions, 8 score involvements, 9 clearances, 15 ground balls, that's nice, and 1 goal.
I thought he was my 4, so, not far off it. He's back to the grips, we know. There's a lot of people writing him off.
Yes.
I think it's bullcrap. And the guy's far from done. He dominated in the contest.
That was a vintage Cripper game.
Yeah, that's right. This is back to the Crits we know. And, we've got to stop sort of him having to carry the team on the shoulders. That's the thing. But he was brilliant. And you couldn't have asked for much more from Cripps. And to give you an indication of how consistent he was, I'll tell you, he had 7 disposals in the first quarter, the most for the team. He had 7 disposals in the second quarter. The most was 8 for us. He had 12 disposals in the third, and he had 6 in the fourth. I mean, so he's had a pretty consistent game.
Yeah, for sure.
Across the board. And I just wanted that third quarter, it's a bit like Judd in 2013. He just turned it on. The vintage guy just turned it on. And that's the sign of leadership. We actually desperately needed that at that point in the game.
Yeah. So kudos to Cripper and Walsh for that. My 4 votes goes to Will Hayward. So he had 22 disposals, which is a career high for him. We did discuss him a bit. The 3 goals, 9 score involvements, and 10 marks. It was good to see. And for once, he was actually played in his position. If you look at his heat map, he's right half forward. He doesn't really move too much away from that. So
might be something in that for, a lot of blokes have been pointing that out. 22 touches for Hayward, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's getting your hands on the footy a lot. And for a guy who plays as a spark player at half forward, 22 touches at half forward is pretty bloody good.
Yeah.
And 3 goals is very good work. And we got them at crucial times. He also kicked the first goal in the third quarter, which is, I think, the first goal for 40 minutes.
Yeah, 43.
Something, I think that's right. First goal.
It was
Ainsworth. I got that wrong. He kicked one in each quarter, I believe.
He kicked them early. It was at
one in the first, one in the third, and I think he kicked a pretty important one late as well.
At one point, we were joking.
That's the one. He kicked the one that got us within 10 points.
We were joking earlier that on the social media platforms that it was Will Hayward versus Brisbane. We didn't really think about Crips, but anyway, it was a one-man show. He was very good early. So, yeah, and another criticism of him, probably when we got him, there's a bit of commentary around, he doesn't get enough disposals. He needs to increase that to make an impact. Well, he did today, so hopefully can keep that up. 3 votes. Who's your 3 votes?
So I had Hayward for 3.
Okay.
Walsh, Cripps, Hayward for me.
Yep. Me goes to Mackay. 21 disposals, 10 marks, 10 contested possessions, 9 score involvements, 3 goals, 4 ground balls. He was the highest rated player in the second half of the game. So really tried, as we discussed, really got into it eventually through the ruck contest probably.
Yeah, no, he was good. I had him as 1, but I must admit, I felt when I was putting down as 1, I felt a bit hushed done by, because he did get his goals very late. He didn't have any goals at 3/4 time, and I think one of them, the last one, probably the game was done. But the other 2 were really kept us in it. And when he kicked those 2 goals, I thought, hang on, Harry's really finding his touch. But as you say, he had a very good third quarter as well.
Yeah.
So he had a big second half generally, and for him to get 22 touches, Harry Mackay, that's a bit close to his best. I mean, as a key forward, you don't tend to get that much of the footy, do you? 21 disposals.
Yeah, I wonder. That was good to see. So rewarding him for his effort there. And my 2 votes goes to Ben Ainsworth. He had 21 disposals, 7 marks, 7 score involvements, 2 goals, and 5 ground balls. As we discussed, probably the most consistent recruit so far this season. I think it's probably gone a bit underrated this game. Not many people have been speaking.
Yeah. I didn't have him in my votes, but I must admit he did have a good game. It was actually one of those games where you went away and thought a few of the boys had a good game.
Yeah.
So there's some games where you're actually this season where you're struggling to find your 5. This time, I think you're probably about 7 or 8 I could have given votes to.
I think there was a clear top 5. We both have the same.
Well, no, we didn't.
Oh, no, we
I
don't.
had Jagger.
Okay, never mind. Okay,
I had
go to Jagger.
Jagger had 25 touches. It was superb.
Yeah.
I thought he was amongst it all. It's not just the number of touches he gets. He uses the ball really smartly. He seems to spot guys where other people can't spot them.
Yeah.
I thought he linked up very, very well. You've got to remember, this is a guy still in his first year of football. I hope he's right up there for the rising star. I think he might have fallen back a little bit in estimation just because He's been played off half forward a bit more.
Yeah.
And so I think Voss and the team are trying to protect him a little bit. He spent a bit more time in the centre this time. I think he had 4
He
clearances.
did in the third quarter.
Yeah.
And Voss had to change the magnets around.
And what happens in the third quarter? He is a very good footballer.
Yeah.
No, I just thought in the third quarter he really sparked the team. It wasn't just his. I think he had 8 touches. It wasn't just the number. He really was up and about.
Yes, very good to see. Why one vote goes to Sam Walsh.
Yeah, I had Harry with 1. Like I said, he could have well have got more than that. But that was the only difference was Ainsworth and Jagger, and I think both of them could have been in your top 5.
Yeah.
Look, I thought there was a range of guys. I mentioned that
Ollie.
I thought Ollie Hollins was really good. Every now and then you hear people have a go at him. We need more Ollie Hollins.
Yeah, we need the runner.
I know his disposal's not the best, but I tell you, we have lacked people who run in our team, and we have lacked, when we have run-ons, we lack people who put their head over the football and stand up and be counted. And he's one of those guys that always stands up and be counted.
Yeah.
You know? So he's if we have a poor quarter, he's often the guy with the most possessions. So he gets touches. He's not just a downhill skier. He works very hard, and I think he had 7 intercepts. I think that was highest for the club.
23 disposals, 454 metres gained, and 5 inside 50s, 4 score involvements.
Yeah, it's equal highest with Haynes, who we know is an interceptor.
Yeah.
Haynes, but 7 intercept possessions. So
that's decent. Yeah.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
Okay, any other players? I don't really have anyone else.
Just trying to think through who else was. It was good to see Hewitt back in the team. Like I said, he had a big third quarter. He had 8 of his 20 touches in the third quarter.
Yeah.
I think it was quiet in the first half though, which is a problem because that's where we lost our game. You know, but so that was a bit of a problem. But I think he only had 3 touches in that first quarter, and then just 4 in the second. So, but he stood up in the third. Yeah. Oh, look, I'm just trying to think of who else stood out, but there was a lot of people I thought that. So I mentioned Mitch McGovern, another 3 goals.
3 goals, yeah.
Another 3 goals. I mean, the guy just keeps putting the games together.
Yeah.
You know, he's pretty handy.
I saw a stat that he's the 4th highest rated key forward in the game this season. In the competition somehow.
Really? How does that work? How are they rating their key forwards if it's not goals? Because I didn't see him in the top goal kickers.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think we got anyone in the top 5 or 10 goals. Maybe he's in the top 10, but I couldn't see him in the top. I'll have to go and look that up. But look, it was good. It's good again. Pretty. 3 goals. He kicked 3 goals, 1 as well, so it's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
He is a bit of a litmus test. Yeah, so I thought he was pretty good.
There you go. So there's some of the players of note. Probably not enough to get a win though.
Not enough to get a win, basically.
You need another 5 players to talk about probably, and
we're a bit short.
We're a bit short, yeah. So let's get into the preview of round 10 versus the Western Bulldogs. I think it's starting across the 2 weeks of Indigenous round, so Doug Nicholas round, is it?
Yeah, Doug Nichols.
Yes. So they'll be wearing their cool Indigenous jerseys, which would be good to see. But we got the Western Bulldogs, so they've been very much hit with injuries. So we don't have to worry too much about having to deal with like the 2 key forwards of like Darcy and Norton. But I mean,
well, that's fortunate for us. I feel sorry for them, but fortunate for us.
Yeah.
Because I think our backline stocks have been a bit depleted, and I don't know if our defence is in the best shape overall. Look, they've got 5 of 9 games they've won. They're clearly better than us this season.
Yeah.
So none of these games are easy games. I think they're gettable if we're good. if we actually played like that second half across the game, if we played that second half against the Lions, against the Dogs, we'll beat them.
Perhaps, yeah.
I reckon. No, not perhaps. If we played 4 quarters like that.
Oh, of course, yeah.
4 quarters like that.
Knowing this team,
All right, we would beat them. So what I'm trying to say is we are capable of beating this team. That doesn't mean we will. And I hope that, maybe they've found something they can take away from that game and a bit of momentum.
Yeah.
Because, they definitely showed a bit of fight. But when the Dogs are another team that can get a run on you. And given we've conceded runs of goals, that doesn't bode well.
Last year we had a pretty bad fade out against them too.
Yeah,
it was like round 3 or something like that.
Yeah, I think our recent record against the Dogs is not great.
No.
We've it will be a stiff assignment, but I think we're the thing about it is we're probably our best football can match just about any team.
Yeah.
We just don't play it for 4 quarters, and in some games like St Kilda didn't play much of it at all. The key is to produce our best football. Yeah, they've got a few injuries out. We don't have many injuries.
Can't use that excuse.
No, we've got one of the best injury lists in the comp at the moment. So I hope that the boys will fire. Let's hope Harry continues the good form, gets his hands on the footy. I think that could be. Dogs never had a lot of great backmen.
No, could really exploit.
You could exploit
Buku
that.
And
No, you've got Buku and who's that guy with the dyed hair? Lob. Yeah, when they're relying on Lob. But you've got to give them opportunities.
Yeah.
So, if Hayward has another big game like that, I mean, that's the kind of football he was brought in to do. Ainsworth is playing pretty consistently. We saw some back to form from Cripps. Walsh has generally been pretty good form on the whole. He'd have to be leading our best and fairest, in my view.
Yes, he'd probably be leading our votes.
Yeah. So, we need to... I saw a little bit of flack at Sard because he turned the ball over for their last goal.
Yeah.
I didn't mind that. And the reason is he took the game on when we were still 2 goals down by 10 points. We only had 2 minutes to go. You got to take the game on, boys. And if you make the occasional mistake, that's okay. That's better than going into your shell and not having a crack.
Yeah.
So if that's how you concede a goal, that's better than not chasing and letting someone else waltz into the stick.
For sure,
sticks. You just got to remember that. So before people have a crack at Sard for that particular thing, don't have a crack at someone for taking the game on. Have a crack at someone for not chasing or not putting effort in or not picking up their man or doing things like that. That's a better critique.
Yeah, and with that critique, make sure you don't attack them personally, just performance-based. Because I'm sick of seeing that type of terrible stuff that people are saying online. Anyway, I think... predictions, sorry. I'm not going to tip us.
I don't think you could tip us, no. But what I want to see is really competitive effort for all 4 quarters. And I particularly got my eye on the 3rd and 4th quarter. I want to see us run out a game.
Yeah.
Like we did last game, I want to see us run out the game. That's important.
Yes, I agree. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll catch you soon. Up the Baggers.
Can the Blues.